Welcome to another installment of Common Sense Comments. Here's your host, Michael Johnson.
A great deal of business management literature today tells us to shoot for the moon, have big, audacious goals, and other superlative-laden concepts. While aspiring to greatness is a wonderful way to drive your work, it is not a task on which you can actually do work. In simple terms, just wanting to have great results does not create great results. Too many business leaders today are focused on the end of the process without understanding the starting line and the real work that is required to get to that end. In my consulting practice, I do a significant amount of strategy work. Oftentimes, I get the call after a few failed attempts to realize a strategy. In these situations, I often deliver a talk of mine called the Arc of the Corporate. It isn't the Word of God, but it is the truth. Since that talk typically runs 60 to 90 minutes, I'll give you just a taste of it now. Picture an arc flowing from the lower left up into the upper right. The arc of the corporate begins at the top right with the desirable stage. Then it moves downward to the left to the probable stage, and finally resting at the lower left on the doable stage. While everybody wants to focus all their energy on the ideal outcome, the desirable, they rarely understand all the hard work necessary to reach that outcome. Therefore, you simply can't start there. Even when the arc is moved downward to the probable stage, the gap between the probable and the current is too great for it to serve as a starting point. It is only when we move the arc down to the doable stage that we can build realistic and executable plans of action. If you start anywhere along the arc other than the doable stage, you will simply not make it any further up the arc. In fact, you will slide down, if not off the arc entirely. You must keep the desirable in mind as the end goal and the probable in mind as a stop along the way. However, you must start doing at the doable stage. The common sense approach here is to understand that no matter how lofty the end goal is, you cannot start at the end. Aim for it, yes. Begin with it, no. Follow the arc properly, and you will reach your desired goal.
Go to the Contact Us page on mfjspeaker.com to schedule a time for Michael to speak with your executive team and turn common sense into transformative action.